One of the most fun things to ride ever. So I purchased this for something new to do. I'm 65 and not particularly skillful in balance, but I found it easy to learn how to ride. I had no real prior experience in similar things like snowboarding or skateboarding or surfing or wakeboarding. It took a while, perhaps upwards of an hour of practice over several sessions to feel like I could reliably go forwards and backward and turn. Braking was most difficult to learn. Then after about 2 or 3 hours total on the board doing figure eights, circling and going forwards and backward, I felt confident on the board. All of that practice was on the smooth concrete of my garage floor. Then I was ready for the dirt road that leads to the house. I felt like I was starting over. Going on an uneven surface was much harder and the going was slow, but then after about an hour of practice over 2 or 3 sessions I got confidence there too, and did 4 or 5 miles on the dirt and gravel and got more confident. Then I went to a skate park early in the morning so I could practice by myself, and that also improved my confidence, and I learned how to go up and down gentle slopes. Then it was time to tackle the yard. It's very uneven and has a gentle slope to it. Surprisingly, once I just let myself go a bit faster, it was easy to do. At the time I am writing this, I have perhaps a total of 10 to 15 hours total on the board. I just wanted you to know where I am coming from for the following review. This board is great. I have no experience with a smaller one that has solid or smaller tires, but the ones on this one are very good over dirt and imperfections on concrete. Once I got to the point of being able to stand naturally on the board and trust it, I found I could simply zip over expansion joints in concrete, over hoses in the yard, and actually ride on gravel. Just like with a bike, going a bit faster is better than going a bit slower when the riding gets difficult. I've been riding with it just as it came right out of the box. The air pressures seem high in the tires, but have not yet tried to ride with reduced pressure. The traction I get both on concrete and dirt seems fine right now. As for the board itself, I've noticed the following. With the app, I have tried changing the modes but can't say I have noticed much difference between the learning mode and the advanced mode. The Bluetooth seems fine, but I would have liked the max volume to be higher, but then I do have a bit of hearing loss, so that might be the reason. I did a bit of testing on the battery. It does seem to fully recharge from near depletion in about an hour, certainly in less than an hour and a half. I haven't tried to see if I can go 12 miles on a charge yet, but I do know that I can go about 40 minutes all through my yard before it starts beeping at me that the battery is near depletion. I do want to complain that the beeping is really not very loud, and I only noticed that because I happened to look at the battery charge lights first to note that I was nearly out of charge and then noticed the beeping. 40 minutes is not very long, but I was going constantly and the yard is very rough, so I expected less than an hour. I also haven't tested the claim it can go up a 30-degree slope, but I have been up and down fairly steep asphalt roads and it made it no problem. I did note that the max speed is reduced going up, and that was expected. I haven't gone the full 12 miles per hour claimed, but have made it to 9 miles per hour. That's because that's the fastest I currently feel safe going. The other thing I didn't try was the so-called startup balancing mode, so I can't say anything about that. I have ridden a little bit in the dark, and I would say that the built-in LEDs don't really provide enough light for safe riding. They certainly let other people know where you are and whether you are braking or not, but they aren't like headlights, so if night riding is your thing, bring a flashlight. My overall impression is that it is well built, that the balance algorithms work well, and that it is relatively easy to learn to ride, and that it will work over a wide range of surfaces. And that it is really, really fun. So, I can recommend buying one. One last word. I have yet to fall on this, but I have had to step off several times when riding really uneven ground. That doesn't keep me from wearing protective clothing, which for me is a helmet and wrist guards, and when I get to where I'm ready to go on even more difficult terrain or go faster on the pavement, I will start wearing the body armor I use in mountain biking, maybe even upgrade to that full face helmet. Be safe. Hoverboardgear.com